This week I want to talk to you about acid reflux and like acid indigestion, those kind of things that you automatically reach for the Tums or the Tagamet or the Pepcid for, or a lot of people are on acid blockers. Anyway, what is actually happening when you're having too much of this acid? In most cases, I'm not saying in all cases, but in most cases what's happening when you're having this burning when you eat, it's not that you have too much stomach acid, it's that you have too little. And since you have too little, you're not digesting your food, and so it ends up rotting in your stomach. And when it rots, it creates organic acids. Fats go rancid, proteins putrefy, carbohydrates ferment, and those all combine to form these organic acids and gases, and they give you bad breath, they give you belching, you can clear the room with your hindside. I mean, the whole family knows that you've got a problem, okay? So, a lot of people will reach for Tums at this point. And here's another thing to remember. In America, we tend to want to squelch the symptoms, and that's exactly what you're doing with Tums, Tagamet, Pepcid, whatever kind of acid-blocking product that you're using. But these symptoms are telling us about a problem. They're telling us, actually, that you don't have enough acid to digest your food. And so you take this Tums, and what's happening is you're shutting down that acid production even more. And so your food is not digesting, and you're not assimilating the nutrients that you need to stay healthy. So what ends up happening is when you don't have enough real stomach acid, which is called hydrochloride, okay? When you don't have that kind of environment in your stomach, you cannot assimilate calcium, you cannot assimilate protein, and you become iron anemic. So it's a pretty big deal, especially if you notice those three things, especially for women, okay? They just tend to have a little bit more of a delicate system. So disorder shows up more quickly on their physiology. Now, another insult to injury is that Tums or some of these antacids are advertised and promoted by saying that they have calcium in them. Well, the funny thing is that you cannot absorb calcium in a non-acidic environment. So you're taking all this calcium with your Tums, but you're killing the acid in your stomach, so that calcium's just flushing right out of your body. Don't even bother taking it. Now you're wondering, okay, so I'm in pain. I understand that the symptom is not the problem. It's the sign that's telling me about the problem. The problem is that I don't have enough true stomach acid. But what do I do with that? Because that sounds like it's going to be more pain. Okay? So what I have to tell you is that it sounds counterintuitive. But if I were to give you a supplement that had the right kind of stomach acid in it, betaine hydrochloride, and you had this problem, you would not burn. You would actually digest your food. That rock in your gut would be gone. You would not have the flatulence and the burping problem. You would not be clearing the room with your bad breath. You would not have this problem. Now, I'm not saying in 100% of the cases, because there are those who have damaged bodies in such fashion that they do have too much stomach acid, or they do have an eroded esophageal sphincter. And so those are definite problems that cannot be assuaged with this particular protocol. But I'm saying for the average person that's having this problem, if you take this particular supplement, it's going to clear this problem. You're going to be able to absorb all the nutrients in your food. You're going to be able to take the right kind of calcium, and it's going to get into you. You're going to be able to assimilate your protein and maybe not have those flabby underarms. Or you're not going to be iron anemic anymore because you're going to be able to assimilate the stuff. And so that's what the symptom of the burning is telling us, that your food is rotting. And the way to take care of it is by taking this particular type of betaine hydrochloride. There are several forms that this supplement comes in. What I would recommend to you is not going over the counter and just picking one out, because you can get too high of a dosage, and yeah, you are going to burn if you do that. What I would do is give me a call, or give another nutritionist, holistic nutritionist preferably, a call, and talk to them about what would be right for you. You might have damaged some of your stomach, in which case I'd want to heal the lining first, but you may be okay to start with it right away. But in any case, it's something that you'd need to talk to me, whether it's over the phone or in person, or you can even email me and we can figure out what you should probably start with. But go ahead and contact us and stop clearing the room with your issues here, okay? All right, well, thanks for logging in this week, and I hope to see you soon.